Hello, I'm Bwalya Mulenga Mulenga, and I'm going to be discussing about my first comedy set. So, there's the thought process and the reality. So, the thought process, I think it was okay. The reality, shaky in the actual sense, bound. So it's like this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bwalya Mulenga Mulenga. The first Mulenga is for normal people. The second Mulenga is for people who can't hear. So, picture this. 5 a.m. in the morning, the rooster is louder than your alarm clock with kokoliko. You roll out of bed, eyes half shut. Bam! It's the neighborhood. Someone in the neighborhood is frying vitumbua. They smell moiche, it hits different. But wait, you're late for the bus. So you sprint to the roadside. Bah! You flag the nearest minibus. Dala! Then the conductor's like, eh? And then tell him that, Nkwela. Then the conductor says, Tenkwacha. Then you're like, since you know you're Zambian, you have to negotiate. You're like, I only have 8. Then the conductor just pushes you in because of the economy. Then you enter the bus, right? Yeah, then you know how a bus is. It's like the whole entire population of Zambia is in that bus. So the conductor is still putting in more people. He enters the passenger. The conductor changes position. Another passenger enters. He changes position. I look at him and think he's maybe Spider-Man. And then he looks at me. Shift my chair. I'm like, shift where? One more sit there. Then he enters a passenger. And then I get surprised. My knee's out of the window. Cheers. I'm Bwalya Mulenga Mulenga. And that was the thought process. Now check out the reality, which was wild. There was public presentation, crowd work, which was also mic technique and movement, which was new to me. So that's how stand-up comedy is not really something very easy. So you have to appreciate all the comedians. So check out the reality.
Okay, that's great. So my name's Bwalya Mulenga Mulenga. All right, so it has got 2 Mulengas. So the first one is for normal people, and the second one is for people who can't really hear, right? So in Zambia, when you call someone twice, it's like something is really serious, and yes. So when your mother says Bwalya Bwalya, just know that there's problems home, right? Yeah. So before I start, I'm going to tell you about, there was a other day that was planning to go to church, right? So, you know how a rooster is really louder than your alarm clock, right? So you always get surprised. Before 5 a.m., you just hear, then you just get surprised that you wake up, right? So that morning, actually, I rolled out of bed, eyes half shut, and I was there, right? So it was quite a bit challenging. So I woke up, looked out of the window, I saw my neighbors. My neighbor was frying vitumbua. That smell was actually different, and it was actually something that I wanted, but I noticed that I was late for church. So when I was going out for church, I had to sprint to the roadside, and then I had to flag the nearest minibus, right? So I was like, Dada, how much? Right? Then the conductor was like, 10 kwacha, but yesterday it was 8. So with that amount, okay, I just had the 8 kwacha, right? So I decided to enter the bus. So I had no option. So while the bus was moving, the conductor had to enter the passenger, right? So the passenger, when the passenger entered, the conductor changed the position. So another passenger entered, the conductor changed the position. So when he told me shift my chair one more seat, I was like, one more seat where? So the passenger entered and my knee was out of the window. Then after I reached the church, there's one thing that I noticed. I noticed that there's introverts behind and the extroverts are in front, right? So the introverts were always like, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. And then the extroverts who are in front are the ones that are shouting, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, yes. So it was something. Then after the church service, Bwalya Mulenga Mulenga, that means it's double trouble. This is why I end.